Hi guys, I am really sorry because it's been very long time I haven't put any videos or regarding further updates, but I'm trying to give my best in terms of putting a lot of updates and complete our course when it comes to front roll and other strokes. As per the last video, I think you are quite comfortable with sliding your face on side. Considering that you are comfortable sliding your face on side, breathing in, putting your face down in the water, now we'll be going ahead to our arm movements. I would always suggest you to focus more on your breathing, not on your arm movements at the moment, because once your breathing is right, getting arm movements is really easy. You don't have to worry about that. What you can do is, when you're learning how to slide your face on side, simultaneously you can start working on your arm movements, but don't try to combine both of them so early. It's always better to have a good breathing practice and techniques first, and then try to combine them together with your arm movements and kicking. So let's go ahead and see our arm movements. When it comes to arm movements, first thing what I would suggest is stand up at a place where you have some support in front of you, where you can place your hands or fingertips on that support, not like pushing that support too hard, but just nice and gentle. Make sure your knees are nice and straight. Don't bend your knees, and bend in your hip and try to place your fingertips on the support. And whenever you are starting to move your arm, there are 3 steps that you need to pay attention to. The first step is just dropping your hand straight towards your pocket. Make sure your hand is going nice and smooth, straight all the way till your pocket, till your thighs. That is no brainer. It is absolutely simple. The second step is just getting your elbow up. This is slightly trickier task. Usually a lot of people do that mistake where they don't give a pause when they are learning. I'm talking about just learning. When you're taking your hand straight down to your pocket, just try to give a half a second of pause when you're learning, and then try to get your elbow up, because the whole movement of your arm is going to be changed. And then once your elbow is up, then try to slide your hand in front of you. That's really simple. So the first step and third step is really simple. Just the second step, where you're lifting your elbow up, it's something that you need to be paying attention to. So make sure that you are paying attention towards the second step. First step is simple, where you just need to drop your hand all the way to your pockets. Second step, lift your elbow up, not your hand up. Don't lift your hand up. Make sure your elbow has to come up. Your hand will come up by itself. And third step is just try to stretch your hand in front of you and put it on the support which is there in front of you. Now, initially what I would suggest is try to do this particular practice one by one arm. I mean, just do this maybe 3 sets of 10 movements of one arm each, and try to repeat exactly same thing with the other arm. This is much more better rather than going for both arms at the same time, which is not good. Once you understand, once you have that movement in your muscles, then probably we can go ahead continuously with your arm movements, like both at the same time. So as of now, I'm just repeating this. The first step is just taking your hand straight all the way till your pocket, giving a small break, getting your elbow up, not your hand up, and then stretching your hand in front of you. Simple. So these 3 steps, try to follow this with both the hands, probably a couple of sets. Every time when you get into the water, try to do the similar kind of sets, and maybe 5 sets of 10, or that'll be much better, and you'll be able to move your arms much more naturally rather than like robotic movement. So that's the first step. As you can see in this video, I'm doing exactly the same thing with the other arm also. So try to repeat the same thing with your other arm as well. So now after this, once you're comfortable with the movement, try to do exactly same movement with both the hands, but this time try to remove the support which is in front of you. I mean, as you can see in this video, where I'm just standing, again, I'm not bending my knees, I'm just bending in my hip and trying to move exactly similar way. Once you are really comfortable with these kind of arm movements, then try to do the similar arm movements with walking practice. The way we did when we were doing side breathing, when you were sliding your face on side, and I asked you to walk like a penguin, or just a duck walk or something. So try to do exactly same thing along with your arm movements, and just try to walk like a duck, really small and tiny movements, tiny steps, and then try to move your arms the way we planned. So this will help you to understand that even if you're kind of focusing on your walking or tiny steps, your arms are still going right or not. So if they are going correct, then you are practicing good enough. So make sure that even though you're walking and even though you're looking down, make sure your arm movements are going absolutely right. Like your hand is moving all the way till your pocket and then elbow up and stretch in front. If that is happening, that you're making good progress after this. Now, once you're comfortable, now try not to swim like a robot. Once you're comfortable with these arm movements, you try not to swim or try not to move your arm like you're moving in steps. Try to do it in one single swing. As you can see it in this particular video, it should be like it's a single movement, not 3 different movements. So once you're really comfortable with this, I think you're much more in the swimming rhythm rather than you're kind of memorizing how you're supposed to move your arms. Ideally, you don't have to literally train for it, but once you're comfortable, you will start doing it by yourself. Usually that happens like whenever you learn how to ride a bike, initially you will try to focus on a lot of things like braking, balance, and handle, paddling and stuff. But once you know how to ride it good enough, then you don't literally think about each and everything which comes. So if someone comes in front of you, you know that you need to press the brakes. So this is gonna be happening exactly same. So make sure that you practice so many times that even if you're not thinking about it, still your arms should go really well. So that will happen by itself. You don't have to speed up the process that intensely. So it will happen smoothly by itself if you practice good enough. So the next step is moving your arms exactly the way you can see in this particular video. So what we used to do before is we were moving our arms one by one. So when I was moving my right arm, my left arm was absolutely stagnant. And when I was moving my left arm, right arm was stagnant. But in this particular video, you can see that my hands are going absolutely back to back. It looks like I'm paddling, the movement is much more consistent. My hands are not stopping anywhere. It is back to back movement. So what we did before, like one by one arm, where my right hand was moving, my left hand was not moving. And when my left hand was moving, my right hand was not moving. So that is called as catch-up drill. That was not exactly a front row. It's a type of front roll. It's nothing wrong in that, but it's a catch-up drill front roll. But this is absolutely perfect front roll where you're moving your arms back to back without giving a pause. So if you're doing that like the previous one, it is absolutely fine. Even if you're going for one by one arm, when you're moving your right, you're not moving your left, and vice versa. If you're doing that, there is nothing wrong in that. But if you're doing this is slightly more faster. And this is the ideal front roll. So make sure that you remember this. So now you know how you're supposed to move your arms. What we will do is now you need to do exactly same thing in the water. Make sure that your arms are moving exactly same. You just need to understand how healthy you need to pull. Don't try to pull the water too hard, because the moment you will start thinking about pulling the water too hard, you're gonna mess up your stroke. So just think about the movement of your arm. Don't think about how hard you're going to pull the water. Once you're comfortable with this, then try to do the same thing. You're standing, not bending your knees. You're just bending on your hip. Your arms are straight on the support and you're looking down towards your feet. You're not putting your face down in the water because I want you to practice more and understand the water. Try not to pull the water too hard because you are going to mess up your stroke if you start thinking of pulling really hard. So don't worry about that. Think about your movement of your arm. Your job is to check whether your hand is always nicely traveling towards your pocket. Is your thumb kind of brushing your pocket? And then after that, are you getting your elbow up properly? And then you're putting your hand straight in front of it. Not. Are you moving your body too much? All those things, you need to keep an eye on that. So the next step from here is exactly same. It is just that you need to try to put your face down in the water. Try to hold your breath so that you stay in the water for a nice long time. And at the same time, you can always practice holding your breath capacity. So it's always better to practice in this way. Don't try to target more than like 10-15 arms and all. Or even if you're doing like 6-7 arms, but decent perfect arms, those are good enough. After that, what you can do is you do the same activity what we did outside, just that we are doing it in the water. Again, you can observe that my face is not in the water. I'm just looking at my feet, really small, tiny steps. And then I'm moving my arm really nice and smooth. It's not like a robot. It is like one nice swing. And make sure, be comfortable with your shoulders. If your shoulders are stiff, you're not going to move your arm so nicely. At any point of time, I'm gonna pause my hand. So exactly when my elbow comes up, there you can see my fingertips are nice well above the water. I'm not curling. Usually what people do is that when they lift their elbow up, they try to lift their fingers up like this because they don't want to brush the water. Obviously, you don't want to create any kind of resistance with your hand. So it is always, I mean, subconsciously we do that. But I'm not doing that because my body is slightly flexible and I'm trying to lift my shoulder, pushing the other shoulder down. I'm trying to get my elbow up. My hand is quite straight. And even after that, I'm not touching the water at all. So make sure that you do that. The more flexible your body is, if you don't keep your body stiff, it will work quite well. If you try to restrict your movement, it's not going to work that well. So just try to walk and try to do the exactly same thing the way we did outside. Right after that is the same small change. Do exactly same thing by putting your face down in the water. That will actually help you to hold your breath, walk at the same time. It will give you much more better understanding how it will feel when you will actually swim by putting your face down in the water. So try to do the same thing. That will be much better for you. So after that, what I would suggest you to do is that try to push the ball. As you can see, one thing that I've been telling everyone, and I say that all the time, that whenever you push the wall, it feels really good to keep your arms by your side and push, but that's not the right push. It's always better and it's always right to take a push by keeping your arms in front of you. That is always a right start. So make sure that you are doing that all the time at any cost. So keep your arms straight, push, start kicking. Don't try to lift your head, do nothing. Just hold your breath and start moving your arm the way you were doing. So I was talking about catch-up drill or catch-up arm movements. It's a type of a front roll, but it is a front roll. So this, what you are seeing on the screen now, this is a catch-up drill. When I'm moving my right arm, my left arm is quite straight, and when I'm moving my left arm, my right arm is rather straight. So many people actually swim front roll like this. They don't go for like back-to-back arms. So this is absolutely safe to swim. There is nothing wrong in this. Even after going for competitive levels of swimming, a lot of people swim catch-up drill because you can literally focus on one thing at a time. You can focus on your kick, you can check if your hand is moving properly, you can check if your elbow is coming up nicely, and you can check also you're stretching your hand in the water properly or not. You can focus on the breathing later on. So catch-up drill is one of the most important thing, but yeah, you have to go through this. So remember this. So after doing this, as I told you last time, the ideal perfect front roll is that moving your arm like you're paddling, back-to-back arm movements. So that's what we are going to do. You just need to stand at one place, away from the wall, obviously in the shallow end. Don't put your face down in the water and try to move your arms as continuously as possible, as you did before. This is an absolute front roll. It's not a catch-up drill. It's an ideal front roll. But as I said, the catch-up drill is also a front roll or freestyle, but it is more important to understand that this is much more faster than catch-up drill. Again, in this particular drill, what you need to do is like stand straight, don't bend your knees, bend your hip. Don't put your face down in the water yet, but just try to move your arms the way you were moving before, like, you know, the way you can see here. Try to move it slightly more smoother. Don't try to pull the water too hard. I mean, in fact, I would suggest you to not to pull the water at all. Just focus on your movement. Focus on how you're getting your elbow up, how you're stretching your arm in front of you. So once you're done with that, the next step is trying to do exactly same arm movements, but just by putting your face down in the water. Try to put your face in the water, hold your breath, and try to move your arm. If you need a breath, so what you can do is just try to lift your face up, breathe in for a while, just once, and put your face in the water. Keep doing the same arm movements again. While doing this, always focus on getting your elbows up and try to stretch your arms in front of you. The next step is, you must have predicted that you start walking like a penguin. Try to move your arms, continuous arm movements, obviously, and try to put your face down in the water, hold your breath as much as you can, or maybe slowly breathe out in the water. Whenever you need a breath, just try to lift your face up, breathe in, put your face in the water. That's what you can do. So we are not combining our breathing, like sliding your face on side and with your arm movements. So what we are doing is we are practicing breathing absolutely separately, and we are practicing arm movements, and we are not getting confused in between both of them. As of now, what you do is just try to put your face down in the water, go for a small tiny steps, and then try to move your arms, focusing focusing on your movement of your arms, not focusing on how hard you're pulling and how you're breathing and stuff like that. So try to do a couple of sets, maybe 5 sets or 7 sets. The more sets you do in a right way with proper gap or proper rest in between, I think your arms will get more comfortable for the movement. So once you're comfortable with that, then I think you should take a good push. As you can see here, start kicking, obviously by keeping your arms in front of you, and then start moving your arms continuously. You will feel that you're going slightly faster than the catch-up drill what we did before, but this is how ideal front roll should look like. So again, try to take a good push, start kicking, and start moving your arms by putting your face down in the water. Don't try to lift your face up at all. Whenever you run out of your breath, just stop and stand up at that point. And then again, you can go back, take a good push, do the same thing again. Prefer to start by pushing the wall so that you have a better momentum to start off. If you just start off from anywhere in between, you might not have a great momentum to start off with. So it's always better to push off from the wall, then kick, and then start moving your arms. Again, while doing all this process, I would suggest you to focus more on your kicks first, then arms, and then obviously hold your breath. If you're moving your arms really well, and if you're not kicking at all, or if your legs are going down in the water, that will not last longer. That will not go well, because your body will not be in a water dynamic, state or position where you will start dragging yourself ahead. So it's always better to focus on your legs more. Keep your legs up all the time, and then start working on your arms so that you're going ahead with less efforts and your stroke is more efficient. So these are all the drills that I have told you. These are specifically for your arm movements. So what I would suggest is that try to do all the drills one by one. Make sure that you are doing at least 5 to 7 sets of maybe 10. But the point is that how you will understand that if you're doing it good enough or not. Once you start feeling this is really boring, once you start feeling that now I can do this really well, even if you're thinking about something else, and if you're still doing the movement right. For example, if you're thinking about your arms, but still your kicks are fine, that means you're good in kicks. So if you're thinking about your breathing, or if you're holding your breath, but still your arms are going right, that means you're good in arm movements. So practice each and every step enough rather than just rushing to finish. And to have a good front roll arm movements, it definitely takes more than 7 lessons for sure to have a decent, good amount of front roll. So if you have any doubts or questions, then you can ask me in the comments. I'll come up with how you're supposed to combine arm movements and breathing. That will be in the next lesson. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.